guys, welcome back to some more Motorsport Manager and part 11 of our Force India career mode in Season 1 of the Ice mod in F1 2017. And yeah, here we go, ready for the Italian Grand Prix. Just a couple of things to tell you about. The Design Centre, was it the Design Centre? Or Handling Development Centre is now complete, which means we can make great suspensions apparently. We've got some new parts. The brakes are coming after this weekend, but these are the parts and how they're looking at the moment. The performance has been increased by the team, and I think we're looking pretty good for this weekend, to be quite honest with you. I think we're gonna do quite well, hopefully. Yeah, not much else to tell you about because we haven't made any parts since the last episode. Because the brakes are taking a bit longer than expected. The finances look like this, so we're well in the green, which is brilliant, and we've been there since the start of July, which is exactly what we want. We can apparently set the budget. Let's go for that. Yeah, I don't know why we haven't done that. Yeah, so we'll put in some more money per race to try and get a bigger budget for next season, which will be good. And anyway, I'll see you guys for qualifying just after we select our tyres. I think we are going to go softer this weekend because it is looking like it is going to rain, particularly through practice and the race, so we just need tyres for qualifying really. So yeah, no, we'll go for that, and the parts are fine. So yeah, I'll see you guys at the end of practice, ready for qualifying. So there we have it then, the end of practice. Perez in 5th. We brought in Chelis for this race as well. We just focused on the race stint for him. We just simulated it again because I really don't have the time to do practice today, so yeah, I just simulated it. We'll get into qualifying and we'll see what's going on. He's got super overtake mode again, and that, and he's got that, I guess. He's fairly happy. Yeah, he wants pretty much a dead in the middle. Dead in the middle for handling and speed balance, but yeah, right, so speed balance about there, and we'll go for that. Yeah, that seems about right. Yeah, quite happy with that. Oops, just clicked off the game. Don't exactly know what you're seeing there, but let's go for that setup. A little bit more this way, and maybe that ish. Yeah, why not? Here we go. Let's get into qualifying and see how the boys do. Perez can go out first this time, and he'll be closely followed by Esteban Ocon. It is virtually Monza, this track, so that is something to bear in mind. We should be alright round here. We've got a strong engine, so definitely should be doing alright. It is just straights, this circuit, by the looks of things, which means we shouldn't lose too much to Mercedes on the straight, but we'll just have to see, won't we? But here comes Perez round the final chicane and coming up to the finish line to start his lap. Ocon's got his car in the right sort of temperature zones. Perez goes purple in Sector 1, only a tenth off Hamilton, and now Vettel, who's gone quickest, going through Sector 2. What's that going to be like? 3/10 off, so it looks like Perez is going to have a really good weekend once again. Here he comes up to the line. What's that going to be? A 1:14.2. Ocon is going to come through now, and he goes with a 1:15.2. So he's a second off Perez's time, who is himself just under 7/10 behind Vettel, who is currently quickest. So yeah, looks like it could be another tough day for Ocon, being a second off the pace. I really do think we need to start looking at maybe another driver for next year. The likes of Alonso, Button, they're all out of contract at the end of the year. We could easily bring one of them in. Perez is most definitely through. Ocon, I mean, you'd like to think so, but Sainz has been in good form recently. Van Dorn should be around the pace of Alonso, who's just ahead of Ocon. But I think, well, no, Ocon's got plenty of soft tyres, so let's send him out there, get him a bit of confidence, hopefully. And let's just see how Perez liked his setup. Well, he liked it, at least. He wants a bit more speed, so we can certainly do that. Yeah, we'll do that in the next session, though. Let's keep an eye on Esteban Ocon. Weather looks fine for today. Just, good, I guess, but it could also be construed at the fact Vettel and Hamilton and that are going to be difficult to stop. But one thing I do need to tell you is that there was a vote passed to shorten the races to an average an average 16 laps or something like that. So that comes into play from next season, which could well help us, because reliability wise we haven't been brilliant this year. Ocon's going quicker than he was before, which is good to see. Second sector he's doing well as well, and here he comes, coming up to the final chicane. Here he comes then, Esteban Ocon. Whereabouts is he going to go? Oh, he doesn't go quicker. What a disappointing final sector that must have been, and it's his own fault if he gets out. We can't be blamed this time. Verline, how's he going to do? He's coming up to the line now. Here comes Verline, he goes 18th. What about Van Dorn? He's the one that could challenge. Ericsson is on a lap as well. Van Dorn going slowly through the last couple of corners, but here he comes up to the line, he goes 18th. What about Ericsson? We're already through, but we'll keep an eye on Ericsson anyway. He's putting a couple of good sectors, I tell you. And he's coming round the final chicane now. Ericsson could well be going through here, knocking Jolyon Palmer out. Ericsson comes through, but doesn't improve in the final sector, which has cost him. It cost Ocon, a couple of tenths, but yeah, he should be ashamed. He's a second off Perez, and that the overtake button just doesn't account for a second. It really doesn't. But Vettel on pole position then from Q1. So yeah, Hamilton not looking imperious around here, which is a welcome change, I guess. Depending if you're a Lewis Hamilton fan or not. But going out in Q1, we've got Kvyat, Ericsson, Van Dorn, Pascal Wehrlein, and Kevin Magnussen. So Grosjean really outperforming Big K-Mag as well. So a lot of dominant performances from teammates in this year's championship, but none more than Perez and Ocon. I hate to say it. Let's send Ocon out straight away. Wants a bit more speed apparently, which is fine. Has he had any? Yeah, maybe about there. He can go out now. We'll send Perez out just after him. And what we were going to move his speed up just to there, weren't we? Yeah. Maybe that'll get another couple of tenths out of Perez. So on in a world of his own, he's really got to pull out a good lap here. If he's within half a second of Perez, he should get through to Q3, but it's whether he can get it within half a second. He should be able to. He's got virtually the same machinery. Okay, some of the parts are a little bit down on Perez's, but generally it's a similar car. On 4 tenths off Hamilton as it stands, so he's looking pretty similar to last time out. If he can be within a second in Sector 2, then, well, he is within a second. What about Sector 3? This is where he was disappointing before. He's coming around the final corner now and coming up to the line. What's it going to be? It's a 1:15.1, which is a 10th improvement. What about Perez? He does a 1:14.1, so Perez improves by a 10th as well, meaning Ocon is slightly closer than he was last time. But it's going to be a big ask to get into the top 10 with that time. Hülkenberg has just gone slightly quicker. Ricciardo quicker than Perez. Stroll has gone into the top 10. Massa's going to go into the top 10 probably. Yeah, there we go. And well, Alonso disappointing there. So Ocon currently in 11th. So I guess we send him out again and see what he can do. Yeah, that'll do. I mean, he's got a good setup. You know, we can't really complain about that. Perez is already through, you would like to say. He's a second ahead of the drop zone, so yeah. And Ocon's the man in 11th, and he's not going to go as quick as Perez. So here we go. Yeah, Ocon hasn't been through to Q3 in a long time, and it's starting to just, the gap is widening, and it should be closing up because Ocon is much younger than Perez. He's only 19, of course, so he should be getting closer and closer every race, but he's getting further and further away. He has gone slightly quicker in Sector 1. If he can keep this up, he might be able to challenge Hülkenberg, but he can't. I mean, if he can improve in Sector 3, he might squeeze out a couple of tenths. Here comes Ocon. Not good enough. And I don't think he's going to get round in time to go for another lap, so that's it. Grosjean on the medium tyres isn't going to compete. Yeah, I don't think we can get Ocon back out in time. So Ocon's out. We're just going to have to wait for it. Alonso's the only man that can actually move ahead of him, so we'll keep an eye on him. Obviously Fernando could quite easily get into the top 10 on his day, but is today going to be his day? He is improving, but I don't think he's going to quite go quicker than Ocon. He's probably going to go up to 14th. He improves but can't quite get up to Palmer. So that's the end of Q2. Hamilton back on top this time, Vettel in second, Perez in a very respectable 6th, well ahead of Max Verstappen, who's struggling in recent races, you would have to say. Both Williams through, and Hülkenberg squeezing into the top 10 as well, just ahead of Esteban Ocon, who's the first man to drop out. And there we go. So let's have a look at who was eliminated from Q2 in the summary, which should be coming. There we go. So there we are. Esteban Ocon, the first man out, and then Grosjean, Carlos Sainz Jr., Julian Palmer, and Fernando Alonso. Alright then. Q3 it is. Perez is our only hope. He's probably going to qualify 6th. I don't see him going that much quicker. I mean, he's much happier with the setup now. I mean, perhaps he might even want that. Maybe just giving him a little bit more speed could be the difference between 5th and 6th, you never know. But here he comes, going out for qualifying now. Q3. Weather looks like it's going to stay dry. Which is a shame. We could have maybe mixed up the grid a little bit if the rain had come down, but never mind. We're just going to have to throw all of our hopes onto Sergio Perez, as we've done so often this season. He really needs a teammate that can compete with him and bring in some great points for the constructors. That really would be good. He's only a 10th off Hamilton in the first sector, but he has been pretty much the whole time. Second sector is where he lost a few tenths. 3 tenths, it's looking a pretty similar lap, unless sector 3 is special. It looked pretty clean, mind you, and he comes through and it's a 1:14.2, so slightly slower than his Q3 time. Vettel goes quickest with a 1:13.6, so Perez about 7 tenths off the pace, as has been per this season. Ricciardo's probably going to slot into 5th. Where does Ricciardo come in? Yep, Ricciardo goes 5th, only a 10th quicker. Verstappen is the next one we have to watch, and he goes 7th, so he's 3 tenths slower than us. Yeah, let's send him straight back out. Yeah, that did make the difference. The top speed, he's very happy with that. So yeah, I don't think Perez is going to quite get round for 2 laps, but hopefully he can. You never know. But if we can just make 2 tenths, that would get us virtually up to 4th position. But yeah, I'm just going to have to see, I guess. He's got the car in a pretty good state. He's got the tyres in the perfect state. So here we go. Let's see how Perez does. He's coming up to the first sector split now, and he is green. Green sectors are good. Purple are even better, but I don't think we're going to quite get purple sectors today. Here he comes through the second sector. Slightly down, but overall I think he's up on this lap. And coming through the third sector now, here comes Sergio Perez. What's it going to be? It's a 1:14.1. It's not too bad. It was an improvement, but not quite enough to see him through to a higher position. If Perez can get in time, he might get round for another. Nah, he's just going to miss out, unfortunately. But Vettel going quickest again through the first sector and the second sector. He's 2 tenths up on his personal best. Here comes Sebastian Vettel. Is he going to set an even better time? Yes, he is. It's a 1:13.1, a full second quicker than Sergio Perez, which is unlucky. Hamilton is on a lap, on an in lap. Couldn't really improve. Bottas is in 3rd, but Vettel in imperious form for Ferrari at their home circuit, which is brilliant for them. Yeah, Perez, you're just going to have to do it again tomorrow. I mean, maybe we could have tried getting him through on the medium tyres or something like that. But no, I'm content with how the qualifying session went. It's wet weather, and it looks like it is going to be sunshine at some point. We don't know when. It's going to fluctuate quite a bit by the looks of it, so yeah, why not? Not that one. He's probably going to go on to mediums at some point. Very happy with the car setups. yeah, we'll push them from the start and see what they can do. I think Perez goes on that at the start. Ocon can go for a little bit less, and we'll put them both on auto. And here we go, 5 red lights. Lights out, away we go. Perez off to a brilliant start, but it looks like the Ferrari going his way, although having said that, he's up to 5th. Now look at that Renault. What has happened to that Renault? 5th place, it's Nico Hülkenberg. He's got off to a brilliant start. Perez has moved past a Ferrari. Sebastian Vettel dropped down to 6th. Wow, he was imperious in qualifying yesterday, but can't quite match that in the race. Ocon down to 12th, unfortunately. He's going to have to try and get back past Fernando Alonso, up to 11th place if he's got any hopes for today. Perez struggling to get past Max Verstappen, who's had a good start, but he's going down his inside and he's passed, which is good. And now they're hopefully going to close in on Nico Hülkenberg. Here he comes then, and he takes 4th place from Nico Hülkenberg, and now he's going to push on who's in 3rd. It's Valtteri Bottas at the moment. We'll move that up to 2 now, because Vettel is Perez is starting to get a bit of a gap to the people behind. So here we go. Kind of wishing I'd had super overtake mode on now. I'll just keep catching up. The rain has stopped. But I think stay on these tyres for another couple of laps. We'll put them down to medium on the engine mode, and put him down to medium as well. Put him on attack mode because oh, the rain has started again. Interesting. But I think they should last until we want to come in for the pit stop. We are currently catching up to Valtteri Bottas in 3rd place. Oh, who's this coming up? It's Max Verstappen behind at the moment. We are losing a little bit of speed to them. Oh yeah, Verstappen is closing in. It's going high. Just until the pit stops. The rain has stopped now, or is going to stop. It's difficult to tell what to do right now though. He's closing in on Valtteri Bottas. Maybe drop this down, push. It's really going quicker than Valtteri Bottas. I don't quite know if he's got an issue or they're nursing the car. It is going to start raining again in a couple of laps, so I think we just keep out there on these intermediate tyres for now. Move him down to medium. On in 10th at the moment, which is good. Still just behind Valtteri Bottas. We'll keep an eye on what the people do ahead. I think we're going to need to conserve these tyres. Yeah. No. So I think we pit now for, another set of inters probably. Parts are looking good. Whoops. Yeah, so we'll just do that. Ocon can come in this lap as well. But we'll keep an eye on Perez as he's coming through this final sector now. And here we go. Coming onto the pit straight, coming into the pits. Yes, a good pit stop. I was a little bit nervous about it, but we're away and not in traffic as well, which is really, really good to see. So Ocon in and out without any hitches. So we're out there on the right tyre at the right time before everybody else, on fresher tyres by the way, in clean air. If we can get to the end of this lap without catching up to those, we're in a very, very good place indeed. And there goes Perez. He's gone ahead of the likes of Hulkenberg again. We are catching up to Fernando Alonso. We need to pass him quickly and efficiently, hopefully. If we can get onto the straight with him, then it should be like taking candy from a kid. But yeah, here we go. Here comes Perez, and he's through. And where's he up to? Well, he's past Vettel, but Vettel was behind us, remember, so that's not all that impressive. Verstappen currently leading the race. Just going to push a little bit more with Perez the next couple of laps. Well, Vettel's just completely went through whoever's in 20th place, Van Dorn. Vettel really catching up to us now. You would expect Vettel to come past. He's having a look down the inside. Perez holding him off though. Yeah, I think we need to just look after the tyres. Don't worry about Vettel. Looks like it's going to be Hamilton coming through as well. So, a big battle for the lead right now. I mean, Raikkonen's currently leading it. Yeah, Vettel's going to have to be... Perez is going to have to really conserve the tyres. Now, where's Ocon? He's in 12th at the moment, so... yeah, not really much in it still. Struggling quite a bit. He's going to have to conserve his tyres as well. He's already got through half of them. But we have only got 3 laps left. So... Perez being caught up by Lance Stroll. Yeah, struggling to stay ahead, to be quite honest with you. I mean, 5th place looks about the best that we're going to get now. Which is unfortunate, because at one stage I thought we were definitely on for a podium, but it's not the end of the world. You know, we'll still push in these final 2 laps and hopefully still get a good result. I mean, his engine could blow up at any moment. His brakes have gone. So Ocon's not going to feature much, but we didn't expect him to anyway, to be honest. Might as well attack him for the last lap though. Here comes Perez then, through the final couple of turns. And a good race today from Sergio Perez. Very impressive once again. Another 10 points in the bag for us. And I think we'll be happy with that. But Kimi Raikkonen has won the Grand Prix. Ocon not going to quite be able to catch up to the rest of them. But 12th place for him. Yeah, he hasn't scored a point in a while now. But Raikkonen wins. Bottas in 2nd, Vettel 3rd, Hamilton 4th, Perez in 5th, Stroll in a very impressive 6th, Verstappen 7th, Massa 8th. Who's in 9th? Ricciardo 9th and Carlos Sainz in 10th. So let's see if we move up any positions due to penalties. Doesn't look like it. What does that do to the Drivers' Championship? Perez down to 6th now. Vettel obviously moving above into 5th. We are on the same points, so Verstappen in 7th and Hulkenberg in 8th. A big battle for 5th at the moment. Ocon languishing down in 14th. In the Constructors, we remain 4th, 13 points ahead of Williams, who've had a bit of a resurgence recently, and 17 points ahead of Renault. I think we might just miss out. I think we're only really getting big points from one car, and that's starting to cost us a little bit. Let us know what you guys would do in this situation. Would you get rid of Ocon, or would you bring in Chelis maybe? I mean, his stats are just nowhere near as good as Ocon's, so what can you do? I mean, it's to be expected how much better Perez is looking at those stats, but I don't think it's worth a second. Surely got some more income from that race, which is good. So yeah, that is going to be that for this episode. We're going to be back in Singapore. The brakes are built, so we'll have a quick look at them before the end. Yes, they want an interview. There's the brakes, if you want to look. So the 828 with a potential of 940. They are legendary, which is really, really good. So yeah. Well, Kimi Räikkönen has apparently opened discussions as well. Could definitely be arranged. I think Räikkönen is a better option than Ocon right now. Let's have a look at this part then, compared to the other ones. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I mean, maybe even swap them around. I don't think Perez would mind too much, and we can improve that part. Why can't we go on improved parts, actually? Maybe it's because they're working on repairing the car. So yeah, let's get that on there, and that'll be really good. Yeah, so they should be finished. That'll be a pretty good set of brakes for Ocon. We'll see if we can for Perez. Sorry, we'll see if we can get a better gearbox. Maybe that is something that would be good. That's a good one to get. And what about? Oh no. What about that one? Yeah? Why not? We'll go for that. That'll do. So yeah, there you have it then. That is going to be the end of this episode. If you've enjoyed, make sure you leave a like down below, and I shall see you for the next episode. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.